Hello everybody, thank you very much for coming to watch this video. Today's video is about Cemap 1. If you want to be a mortgage advisor, then you need to do Cemap 1 and Cemap 2. So this video will be detailed analysis of Unit 1 and Unit 2, which is part of Cemap 1. Thanks for coming to watch this video. Please subscribe to my channel, Instagram and YouTube, and click on the bell icon so you can get the notification for future videos. Let's carry on with the video. So, Cemap 1 is divided into two topics, two units. Unit 1, which is topic 1 to 16, which is mainly introduction to financial services, environment, and products. If somebody doesn't have any background, somebody have been working in retail or makeup artist or something, nothing to do with financial industry, then it just gives them an idea. So it's an introduction to financial services. Then it's Unit 2, which is topic 17 to 25. UK financial services and regulation is looked at it in depth in here. Same thing, mainly Unit 1 and Unit 2 is for somebody who is not from financial services industry and they want to join to be a mortgage advisor or anything else in terms of financial advice in finance. So I've just broken it down. You also have this in the book that you get from London Institute of Banking and Finance. So mainly it's Unit 1, topic 1 to 16. So you got 16 topics here. So introduction to financial services industry, economic policy and financial regulation, taxation 1 and 2, state benefit, HMRC tax credit. It gives you an idea of how a system works, how state benefit work, HMR tax credit, taxation. Then direct investment, cash and fixed interest securities, other investments, tax wraps, pension products, life assurance, health and general insurance, unsecured. So mainly it just gives you an idea of the legal concept or how it works, who's the customer, who's the provider in terms of that. So I'm not going to go into detail. Of course, you have to study. I'll go in detail what to do. So Cemap 1 Unit 2 will look into from topic 17 to 25, which is more into regulation, as I said before, financial conduct authorities, aims and objective, regulation and firm, individual, prudential supervision, conduct of business and requirement 1 and 2, and then consumer credit. Consumer credit is anything you buy from any retail shop or stuff like that, or you deliver it to your house. What are the regulation, anti-money laundering? If you're a cashier, what's your responsibility? And if you're a general manager in a company, then what's your responsibility in terms of anti-money laundering? Then regulation affecting the advice process and consumer right, complaint and compensation. It just shows you the process. So it's very interesting actually if you like to have an understanding of how financial industry works. There's a couple of facts that I wanted to give you. If you want to be a mortgage advisor, Cemap 1, if you're doing it, there's no such requirement. However, you need to have a satisfied ability to study in English and perform basic mathematical calculations. So the next one is TQT, they call it total qualification time, which roughly people say about 2 hours a day. They say about 86 to 90 hours for Cemap 1 only. But it really depends on people. Some people do it quicker, some people do it. It took me a month, kind of. But the thing is, if you have a week off, you could do it in 1 week. So anyway, so the process is you go to London Institute of Banking and Finance and you register there. They send you a hard copy which is provided to you. They send it by post. Then you have online access to virtual learning. You can have you don't have to read from the book, because book is also available on online. But to be honest, I rather have the hard copy. So I had a hard copy book. I did not read from online. I like the book. I like reading from the book. So the only time I accessed online was to book my exam, and that's it really, or sign in. That's it. So additionally, you can purchase specimen examination papers, revision notes, and online support service or Cemap revision tools. There's so many options you have. Groupon or other people or eBay, they do some specimen examination as well. But I wouldn't recommend, to be honest. I'll go in the next slide and I'll show you how to pass it, even without it, to be honest. But if you think everybody's different. If some people need support. So if you think you need support, then you should do it. So normally they give you when you register, they give you 12 months to complete the course. But on average, people do it in 3 to 6 months maximum, depending on how you want to do it. So the first rule, I believe, in giving exam is to know the marking criteria. So to know how is the assessor going to assess me. When you go for an interview, you want to know what are they looking for. So you research about that. So same thing here. So the unit 1 is Introduction to Financial Environment and Products, which I explained it before. So the below is the table which shows the learning outcome tested in MCQ assessment along with percentage weighing. The weighing provided are only for guidance only. Maybe it fluctuates slightly in order to maintain the integrity of the assessment. So that's only for guidance, as I said before, but it just gives you an idea what they're looking for, really. And for Cemap, for Unit 2, the main aim and objective of Financial Conduct Authority is its approach and ethical conduct of firm and individual. That's 25%. Then you got 35% of how the regulators' conduct of business rules apply to process of advertising client's customer. Anyways, this is the main point that I wanted to talk about. Very crucial, actually, not the main point. So these gives you an idea. So this book has developed specifically to support you in studies for financial regulation in the UK. In each topic, there will be features to help you in order and break down your studies. Absorb the information and prepare your exam. I would say when you're reading a book, read book word to word. Okay? So the most important thing is think. So if you go here, the first one, on the slide that you can see, this features which appears at the start of each topic, especially helpful if you are new in financial sector. It helps you provide a context of your studies. So if you're not as I said before, if you're not in financial background, then this is very good for you. What it does is, let's say if you had a loan 3 months ago, and they're talking about loan in this topic, then they'll say, think about when you bought a loan, what questions they asked you, what kind of documents you had to provide. Because all the documents that you provide during when you apply for a loan or a mortgage, it is regulated. So every bank that you go to, they have a similar things that they need. So if you want a mortgage, then you need to see your pay slips. They need to see your a letter from your employer. They need to see a bank statement and pay slip so they can match it. So that's a regulation. So it just gives you an idea. So think before you do that, then calculate, worked out some examples, you to understand and how to carry the calculation. Key terms are very explained in alongside with content in which are used. Key terms are very important. Notes, figures are very important. If you want to pass, I would say these two pages are very important. Fact finds, that's really important. Fact find, what it does is give you external. Let's say if you're talking about taxing, then they'll give you a website of HMRC, so you can have a better understanding. Go to that link and have a better understanding of if you want to study in depth the taxation of the United Kingdom. So check your understanding is very important. As I said, think again. Think again is, let's say if you on the topic 2 and they'll ask you some question about topic 1. They'll say, oh, do you still remember what we talked about? Tested knowledge is same. So there's 25 topics, as I said before. So every topic has questions and answers. So test your knowledge is questions. So as you can see on the slide here, which are the 4 main reasons why individual and companies need financial intermediation? So that's on page number 16. But if you go on page number 513, so you have check your understanding. So in this topic you had to check your understanding. So the answer is there. Then you have the question that I just mentioned. So on this slide here, it tells you what are the reasons why individual and companies need financial intermediations. So one is geographical locations, aggregation, maturity transformation, and risk transformation. So it gives you the understanding of the best thing to do is when you have a question, every end of every topic you have questions. Answer that before you go into answers end of the book. Or you just put a hand on, let's say if you have reading question number 2, put a hand or just put a paper on answer of that. Answer it first and then check your answers. So make sure you do that. These 3 tricks are very important. And I think if you follow this correctly, you will definitely pass it. So just to give you an idea of exams layout, you must register with London Institute of Banking and Finance, LIBF. I think it's about £185, and exam is included, and they send you a book within that, £185. So Cemap 1 is divided into 2 sections, as I mentioned before, Unit 1 and 2. So multiple choice questions. All of them are multiple choice questions. You'll have 4 options, and you have to choose one from there, which is quite helpful, I think. So Unit 1 is 50 questions. The passing criteria is 70%, which is 35. You must answer 35 correctly out of 50. You'll have an hour to complete that. So the total exam, then Unit 2 is the same, 50 question, passing criteria 70%, 35 out of 50 needs to be correct. So in total, it's a 2-hour exam. But I finished in an hour and 20 minutes or 30 minutes, something like that. So it's not that difficult, to be honest. So 70%, just to give you an idea, I personally think it doesn't matter, but 70% passing marks, and 80% is merit, and 90% is distinction. You are a mortgage advisor if you get 70% or 99%. So it doesn't really matter, I think. I personally, that's my opinion anyways. But just to let you know, there's a trick. You must get 70% in both units in order to pass your exam. So for example, Unit 1 you got 75%. But Unit 2 you got 65%. You will have to do Unit 2 again, and that will set you back £150 or something like that, So you must get 70% in each Unit 1 and 2 in order to pass your Cemap 1. So let's say you passed Unit 1, Unit 2, you failed, you'll have to do it again, Unit 2 only, in order to pass that. Okay? So book a test with Pearson. So the first thing you have to do is study the book, register yourself with LIBF, and then when you're ready, book a test with Pearson. They have a test center around the world, but mostly Cemap is taken in the UK, as it's recognized in the UK only. So ID is required in order to sit in the exams. You must empty your pocket and put everything in the locker. Income tax and stamp duty tax calculation is provided, so you don't have to worry about that. Nobody told me that before, so I was very worried. So I wrote it on a piece of paper and reminded myself, and I revised the whole calculation. And then when I went there, the calculation was already there. So when you go there, they give you a calculator, a pen, and a piece of paper. So when you finish the result, you raise your hand. They ask you to come out, and then they give you the exam result straight away. Thank you. Good luck with everything. Hopefully you pass your exam soon. Please subscribe to my channel just to support me. And thank you very much. This fork is a joke, so don't worry about that. I will not give you a fork.